Everybody, we are back, and tonight we got two matches, Division B, Division A, happening after this one, but we're going to talk about Division B, and we got Mcfleurys and Doughbois facing off against each other, but got V-Storm with me. V-Storm, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Gotcha. How's it going, guys? Very pleased to be here yet again for another match, joined by with Cripplefy. I don't think we've been together on the desk yet, but amazing to be here, and I can't wait for plenty of hype and plenty of volume.
We might have. It was a while ago, though. It's just been a minute, right?
I don't think so, because I think my first few times were with other people, and then I'm pretty sure after that I just started streaming a ton. So I haven't been casting in a while. Maybe, who knows, maybe a while ago. But regardless, not the subject of today. We've got some Div B action. I'm so excited. Tons of stuff going on underneath it all.
But yeah, I mean, you brought up Div B, so I'll let you kind of talk about Division B standings and, you know, just overall, and then maybe, you know, comparing both these teams going head-to-head tonight.
Yep, so this is so exciting to look at this, because there's a lot more than just a match going on today, because as a lot of you guys know, this is the last, week of playoffs. So there is so much on the line for seeding in not only who wins, but also game count. Specifically this game, I'm going to real quick touch on it, but Mcfleurys, they were undefeated until the past couple weeks, and they took a few L's, which is why there's been a little bit of a predictions going over towards Doughbois, is because they've been actually on a loss streak. But in order for them to clinch the first seed, they would need a 3-0 sweep against Doughbois tonight. But on the other end of things, Doughbois, in order for them to clinch the next spot, I believe all they need is a win of any kind, and I think their percentage is high enough that they will not only go up one seed, but they'll go up to two, up several seeds. I don't know what exactly number that is because I can't count, but they will go up several seeds if they can just simply get a dub against Mcfleurys. So Mcfleurys looking to sweep, and Doughbois looking to get a win against Doughbois.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about records, you're talking about winning percentages, and a great example of just how, you know, important record, but not only record, winning percentages. You look at loss, they're 3-5, and right below them, playing is Doughbois, 2-5. Doughbois have a significantly higher winning percentage, so you would think they should be on top of a team like that, but they're not. I don't know. It just it's kind of interesting to me to see how that plays, into the stats and everything like that being very detailed. But we'll go ahead and throw it on over to Mcfleurys and talk about these guys. And they have been quite the talk, throughout this whole entire season, if I'm being honest.
Yep. For a while there, people thought they were just the gods of Div B, because they have yet to lose until up until recently. They were undefeated for the longest time. They were one of two of the remaining undefeated. Now it's just version 2 that's undefeated. But first, let's look at the players, and this is the reason why it's so powerful, is because you got Aquatoad, one of the most powerful just players in Div B, in my opinion. And just none of the stats really pop out at you, but he does so much on the field just to really support his teammate. He isn't like a star player on there, but he definitely does all the work behind the scenes. Is not going to show up stat-wise what he does, but it's insane. You've got Jade in there. The one stat that pops out is 42% shooting. He does have the highest shooting of all of Div B, and he's an insane player, putting up 1 goal a game, which is hard to do. If you've ever looked at all of the stats, 1 goal a game is a pretty large number of goals a game. And then to follow up by Omega Blaze as a third man is insane, because Omega Blaze, with the way he's been playing, he has been playing more like a first round pick than a second round pick. And so it's insane to see all three of these players on the same team. It's the reason that they were undefeated for so long, until recently they started taking a couple of unfortunate games. Other than that, they're an insane squad, and I'm surprised that they are having bad luck towards the end of the season.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know, been a boulder rolling down a very steep hill where they've just had absolute dominance the entire regular season, and then these last 2 weeks, taking L's and not staying undefeated. which is unfortunate, but, you know, this is the final week of their regular season. Hopefully, you know, they'll be looking to close this out strongly. But regardless, you know, we've talked plenty about the Mcfleurys and, you know, how great they are. We don't want to gas them up too much, right? We want to give Doughboys here some love as well. But looking at all three of these guys, you don't really see any league leading versus how there was, I think, one stat. What was it? Remind me, I think.
It was the shooting percentage for Jaden.
Yeah. Which is phenomenal. I mean, but again, enough said about these guys. You know, we've glazed them enough. Doughboys, right? You got Scout as the captain here, Sleepy Rooney being the strong second and third man for this man. And I don't know, just in previous seasons, and I think this is actually Scout's second season, so he's only been in the one here in the fall. And I'm pretty sure he got second last year, technically last year because it was 2023. At the LAN, so kind of having that sort of experience in performing on LAN. Same with Rooney, I think he was up there as well, and Sleepy. Actually, yeah, all of these guys. But I don't know. I guess what's sticking out to me is, you know, Scout being the captain. He seems like to be the offensive tool for this team to be the one to score the goals here with 1.18 goals per game. And then, you know, having the 3.46 shots per game is impressive as well. And then just across the board, this team, you know, the worst shooting percentage is 24% with Rooney, but, you know, literally across the board with all three of these players, they seem to be very consistent, you know, in offense and how they're able to create that and get the results they want in scoring goals. But I guess, is there anything that you are kind of seeing stats-wise here on paper, or maybe you can even bring up something that you've seen for these guys, you know, in the past this season?
So you mentioned 24% being the lowest, but that's still 1 in 4 times they shoot on net going in. So I'd still say that's pretty solid. And in general, all three of these players, I'm surprised these three players are 2 and 5. Scout, great guy, putting in 1.18. So they're all putting in their own work. But honestly, I'm surprised with it being Rooney as the third man. I've 1v1 that man in Silks League, and he actually plays some phenomenal gameplay. He's a pretty smart player, and so I'm looking to see a little bit more from this team. I mean, from like perspective game count, they're 2 and 5, but I think they can do a little more, which is why I think that 50-50 split of the prediction was actually technically favoring Doughboys is a fair prediction, because not only are Doughboys a solid team, but also Mcfleurys, they haven't really found their groove back yet again. They kind of lost their groove recently, so honestly, I think it'll be a tight series regardless.
Yeah, and I think Doughboys, my team, Boost Injectors, we actually played them last week, so they're coming off of a loss. So, I mean, we're talking about Mcfleurys, hopefully looking to end the season with a win, ending it strong, having lost, you know, the last 2 weeks in a row. But, you know, we'll see which team, you know, finish this one strong and which one kind of is going down the rails into playoffs. But, yeah, I mean, I just want to go ahead and ask you here then, what sort of prediction do you have for the match tonight, and why do you think it would result that way?
See, here's the thing. I'd love to predict 3-0 because I want to see my boy Omega Blaze in that 1 seed spot. But I doubt there's a 3-0 here. I think it's probably going to be a 3-1. I'm going to go in favor of Mcfleurys. I know some people might say Doughboys have the momentum, Doughboys have this, that. But I think Mcfleurys, at the end of the day, they're still, I think, have the edge, and I think they find their groove. So I think more specifically, I think Doughboys get the first game off of them, but then I think Mcfleurys find their groove a little bit in game 2. So I think there's a possibility of a 5-game series, but I'm going to go 3-1 favoring Mcfleurys. 3-1
Mcfleurys. That's respectable, honestly. You know, we've been talking a lot about them and how they are, how well they've been performing, and, you know, being 5-2 with a record, that's definitely not something to bat your eye about. So I respect, you know, that sort of prediction. However, I think I'm going to have to go with the underdog story here in Doughboys. I think they can collect themselves here in the final week, getting that win and kind of messing up Mcfleurys' ultra run they've been having so far this regular season. And I'm going to say, I mean, I say this because I think not only them, but every single team in Division B has potential with the ones that haven't been performing maybe the way they want to. But that's just a side note. For the prediction series score, I think I'm going to go with... It's not going to be a 3-1. I think if they win, it's going to have to go to a Game 5. I think, you know, McFleurys will give it to him, and they'll really have to work for it to get the win in this one tonight. So that's going to be my prediction for it.
Yeah, I definitely think a game 5 is possible too, especially because I think the first one goes to Doughboys. I think it's very possible that within the 3-run streak, there's chance that Doughboys go up on top. So who knows? Maybe it'll be 5, maybe it'll 4. I think we're both leaning towards Mcfleurys here, though, but I think it'll be close regardless.
Exactly. And then actually with a keyboard, do you know how to get rid of the bottom stuff?
That'd be a good question. I don't actually know. Hopefully. Well, we've got a few more minutes to figure that out.
Okay, on my bad.
Guys.
This
K-Tool
is
moment.
great. Yeah. K-Tool moment.
NDSU moment.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna redo that. My apologies, everybody. My apologies.
I like how more people probably do it than K-Tool. Like, there's probably a lot of people that do it more than K-Tool, but K-Tool is just where everyone likes to pin the blame on.
Yeah. All right.
But we all like top on that.
Yeah. I think honestly that's the second time I've done it this season. But I think it's H. That's what the button is. All right, we got it figured out here, Respawn.
Oh, just normal keyboard? Yeah, it's H. Yep. I don't know if you turned the mic on the board. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I know there's a shortcut for that.
But we are good to join. Perfect. I was kind of giving Cody a little. Yeah. All right.
We got it. We got her working. Nice. Might want to refresh the.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually
OBS,
turn the
source.
audio sound up a bit. There.
All right. Well, I'll just comment on the game while you're getting that going.
Thank you.
And refreshing the OBS and stuff. I don't know how easy that is to do, but regardless, Omega Blades with a carry to the wall, a little bit of 50 from Scout. We've seen a lot of just kind of a mid play been stuck in the middle. No one really having anything threatening yet, but that's usually how game 1 goes. Usually in that first game, it's kind of the icebreaker, especially with both of these teams. Maybe Doughboys being a little nervous about going up against a top-tier team. Maybe Mcfleurys being a little nervous about not getting that first win. But regardless, a lot of demo aggression coming out. Luckily, Scout was able to pick up the ball before anyone else got to it. And we still see a 0-0 game count. I thought that one was going to be it, but not quite. Officer now on the carry, going to keep up the aggression, keep up the pressure, trying to keep Doughboys on their toes.
Yes, sir. I do got the cameras fixed, and audio seems to be working fine for you. So, yeah, I mean, but we're into this first game here, minute inwards, and both teams being very aggressive here. I think they're not really wanting to use this game on the warm-up, which a lot of casters talk about. This game needs a warm-ups, but I don't know. I think they both are really trying to make a statement here and get this first game of the series because it could definitely help you in the long run.
Yeah, I think this first game is definitely crucial. I think first and foremost, Mcfleurys, they need to find their mojo back. They seem to have lost it a little bit. The whole almost had to stop it up there. Great shot with a great save coming. But yeah, and I think Doughboys, they really want this first match because, well, first match is huge for momentum. You go up a little bit, you have now a security, a little bit of a secure spot to sit in, and that first game count is huge. We get to see even the first goal scored, and as I say that, a beautiful pass from Aquatoad to Omega, who's waiting there in the perfect position. Oh, that was Jaden who passed. My bad. I don't need to get rid of the attention.
Yes, sir. And I don't know what's going on with Sydney's cam. It's completely black, but that's just a side note. Omega Blaze really loving the aggression from him there as a second man, or even just to be on the opposite side of the field and just kind of finishing that one. Mcfleurys get early lead here, but ball almost does sneak by. Aquatoad almost on goal, but luckily, kind of left the backboard, got the clear here. Jaden does get a powerful hit towards their corner, leaving it just put this one soft to the corner there. Omega Blaze working to get something here for his team, but ball is going to go long back on the other side. I really like to see from both of these teams, very methodical, thought out gameplay, rather than just, we're going to go fast, going to play super physical and hit the ball and hope it goes in sort of game style. Well, it might work. I don't know. Yeah.
Jaden just going to slam another one. You know, Jaden is one that people have been talking about a little bit, that he hasn't been playing on par, but he is here to show us that he is back at it again. I was a little skeptical about him still choosing the Batmobile after a little bit of a skeptical time last time with the Batmobile, because it's a little bit of a flatter car for last time. Sometimes people can struggle with that, but he seems to be pulling it off. He seems to be making plays, getting goals, and doing everything he can on offense right now. Doing an insane job in that Batmobile, so if he can make it work, why not go for it?
Almost a shot right there, but Scout actually just snuck it in. Mcfleurys are feeling the heat from Doughbois here, but they are going to make an advance, trying to counter. Good clear from Scout there. We are over halfway here, so Doughbois really looking to answer and make it just a one-goal game differential. Or not game differential, goal differential. Excuse me. A little loopy, it must be accurate. Anyways, minute 30 here. Rooney playing very slow, kind of seeing what happens here, what develops. Ball is going to go flying mid. Sleepy puts this one, but does get 50 by Aquatoad. It's going to go flying to their corner. He's trying to get a pass center. Does he? Jaden almost there, but does get 50 by Rooney. Doughboys are doing a very decent job on defense here, but defense isn't going to be what wins you the game. You got to be able to score. Ooh, what a shot by Rooney, actually. An insane redirect out of the air from this kid.
That didn't look even lethal, and Omega couldn't even see him there, and suddenly Rooney just appears out of nowhere and rips one top right corner.
Dude, that was an Aquatoad bounce, if we're going to define it, honestly, because it couldn't have been any more perfect hitting that corner and going in. But another one actually almost sneaking in by Scout. Is this one top corner? No, it's not. Nobody's able to find the back of the net with that one, and I honestly really think that should have happened. Is this a cross? Oh my goodness. Okay, just a bunch of series of misfortunate events happened there, and things should have happened that didn't. Oh well. 40 seconds here left in this game. Doughboys looking to get the equalizer in this one. And they do!
And they do!
Scout putting this one bottom left.
What a shot coming out. Beautiful pass. Beautiful demo. Every single player on the field getting active, and we see a tied game in game one. In my opinion, one of the most influential games of the entire series. And both teams are showing up for this game. Almost a beautiful shot coming right off the kickoff. We might see an OT in this game if this next 30 seconds continues to be a stalemate. But thus far, with the absolute aggression of Doughboys, I don't know about that. Omega there to try to shut down that aggression. But can't quite find the clear. Aqua just trying to keep it out of harm's way. Time is ticking down. Just a few seconds left on the clock. Otherwise, we're going to see OT in game one, which just goes to show how tight this is.
Yeah, single digits here. It's counting down. Doughboys trying to keep this one up, but it's going to hit the... Wait, it's a bouncer. They never expected. Ball's still up, though. And as I say, it touches the ground. Here we go, OT with this game one. The teams are ramping up in their play style with being very speedy and physical. Doughboys with the advantage to the start of this OT. As I say that, Aquatoad puts one over towards their net. Scout getting this one popping over middle. Mega Blaze, I hear, jumping high. Making that one. And then Rooney maybe putting this one on. Not quite. I don't know if he just didn't get the power there or whatnot. But again, I don't know. It seems like both these teams are very anxious to beat this first game.
I would too. Again, I can't emphasize it enough. The first game is huge, and both teams just keep making almost like deadly attacks happen, and somehow the defense is holding a huge showing of both defense and offense coming from both teams. Honestly, after this match, I don't know how much there is to analyze from either team. I think both teams are putting their best foot forward. That one almost ripped in, but Omega's there to save it away. And honestly, both teams, even if whoever loses this one, I think we don't need to even really say too much about this game. I think it's just chalk it up, go next. But as I'm saying
what a save!
What a save! That god tier defense coming out from both sides again and again and again. Aquatoad going to collect this in the corner. Demos coming out. That might be dangerous on Mega.
Oh, unfortunate whiff there by Scout, but ball's going to slow down a little bit. Unfortunate touch by Mega Blaze. A little bit of double commits coming out of Mcfleurys, but that one's on net, it's open! I don't know why nobody was back, but Aquatoad sees the opportunity and capitalizes, getting the OT win here, minute 30. Didn't do anything anything special. All he did was just, it's open, I'm gonna hit it in. Don't mind if I do.
What a game coming from both sides. I wouldn't be ashamed if your Doughboys about losing that one, because that one was a great showing from Doughboys to put up an amazing fight against one of the best teams in Div B. And Doughboys look like they're already, like, they instantly readied up. They're ready to go. They want to go again. They're so hyped to keep into this one because honestly, stats-wise, they are performing really well. Scout up there being a menace. And even on the bottom of the things, Sleepy was still doing insane too. Still putting up a good amount of points there himself too.
Yes, I agree. But changing the map here for these guys, you want to make it interesting. You don't want it to always be the same map that we're playing on. How are we starting? I know you said you don't care too much, which respect.
Oh no, I think it's cool. I think it's cool. It's just
so now
I was just saying it wasn't something I don't do that personally.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying I don't.
But I mean, again, very strong performance there by Scout. Literally, almost his whole column was red there, which is insane. But even to come out with a loss there and to perform like that, I think, I don't know, maybe it wasn't enough. Maybe it was. Maybe his teammates might need to help him out, step up a little bit. However, they're going to be down 0-1 right here at the beginning of the series. Looking to answer back there. We definitely do not want to be trying to attempt the first sweep.
I will say, I do like the map. I am actually a big fan of this map. I love how just chill it is. How calm. You've got the palm trees in the background, the nice urban area around. It's a pretty chill map. As I'm saying that, Scout is not going to be chill. He's going to just dive at that ball that's getting a pass from Rooney, and just a beautiful shot coming before Jaden could get to the ball, before he could challenge it. He just slammed someone in the back.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of these goals are very questionable in my opinion, where like it's just poor defense that easily be fixed, And that's just even too wide open in my opinion. But I don't know, things could change. It could still be warmed up. It is just the start of this game too. Well, it's going to go right on over to the left side for the Crows. Trying to make an advance. Let's go to the corner. Unfortunate whiff there by Scout. Those are the things I'm talking about that they don't need to do as, point made. But, I don't know, hopefully as this game continues, as the series continues, they can look to clean up mistakes like that up here. Because that only actually sort in. Pressure is coming out of these Doughboys. I don't know, starting for, I would say for Mcfleurys, like, what are you seeing that's making these guys succeed so much more than Doughboys?
And as you're saying, they're succeeding. They just put one in the net from across the map. I think honestly, it comes down to just consistently having a man ready to challenge the ball. You don't really see any times where they're just leaving a ball unchallenged. They're doing an amazing job of keeping the pressure up both on offense and defense, because a lot of times people focus on how on offense you have to make sure you keep the ball in danger times where eventually something breaks and then you get a goal. But the same thing is true for defense. You need to constantly be trying to get that thing pushed out, and eventually their midfield is going to break, and that's what Mcfleurys do a great job. You don't see them spend a ton of time on their defensive line because they constantly just get it pushed up the field really, really quickly. Now, unfortunately for Doughboys, they've been able to use that short amount of time to score because they are a very aggressive team. But it still works out in Mcfleurys' favor just how much time they're having on their offensive field.
I really like the patience and Sleepy. Kind of took a little bit better possession, but Jaden might actually beat him to the ball. He does! I'm very shocked by that because it looked like a really good 50 was going to come out of him at least. Nothing much more, but right there, the speed from Jaden just getting up to that ball quicker than his opponent results in a score for them.
Yep, and what a challenge. That was again what I was talking about. See, Doughboys, they need to challenge that ball as fast as they can. They need to leave every single ball, there's certain times where committing is wrong, but they do have that aggression that makes it so that they're always having a guy ready to challenge. Whereas Doughboys, they'll every now and then, right there, that's a ball where you totally could have someone challenging, but they're just not. They just have too many people being a little bit too patient. They need to just get out and be aggressive. Maybe it results in some mistakes happening. But when you're down in score in particular, you need to just get someone on the ball.
Oh, what a shot!
As I say
My
that,
goodness!
they almost do that. Rooney has an open net. I don't think he knew it was open. I think he thought he was trying to ball someone else, but I think if he just rips one on target, I think that goes in. I don't know, maybe you'll need to review that one later, but I think if he just ripped it, it would have been in.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough to know. You know, we will never know. We might not know what his penalty looked like. So, oh, but that one actually, I think, is gonna sneak in. Yeah. I mean, really good awareness to realize that Jaden was too far pushed up as third there, past the half actually. And nobody was rotated back in time. And sometimes, you know, it's not the mechanics that, you know, result in goals, but more so, yeah, that awareness that, hey, this guy pushed up. All I gotta do is bang it across the field on the net and it's a goal. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, it looked like Jaden thought maybe someone else was back already, so it looks like he tried to push in as the second man, but unfortunately I think Omega was third, and I don't think Omega was quite rotated back yet, and it left a gap in the defense. Scout almost did it to him, couldn't quite find it. It's still dangerous. Rooney trying to get the shot, couldn't quite find it. Aquatoad got to push this one on himself, but he's kind of low boost, and he gets bumped, and now we're seeing a strong offensive push coming out from Doughbois. A little bit of a mistouch there, but it still does get around Jaden.
Oh, wow.
Around Omega. Almost. That was an insane goal.
Yeah, Doughbois, I mean, so far they've been doing a really good job of having pressure against these Mcfleurys guys. Ooh, almost a good opportunity there as a demo did come out. But as I was saying, like, just for those first, those last like 20 seconds when they did have offensive pressure, like, you can do that against Mcfleurys the entire game. Oh my gosh, what a shot. Kind of just interrupted me there with an insane read. But, you know, as I was saying, it's like, if you can keep that sort of pressure against these guys, they will crumble.
For sure. Like, just simply applying a ton of pressure. Honestly, if you don't have any mechs, you can just simply focus on making sure that they just are constantly under pressure, and eventually, specifically with Div B or just, I guess, even lower divs, you can just apply so much pressure and eventually something's going to break. I mean, at a pro level, maybe that's even quite the same because you'll not really see those mistakes come out, but at this level, you can just keep waiting until something breaks, and eventually something will give. Oh, right there, something almost did. Scout almost found the what is it called? He almost thread the needle there. That's what I was looking for. Couldn't quite find it.
Oh,
how am I supposed to do it?
Brother,
no!
Put it in! They hit the west and east side of the net there, but, you know, I don't know, man. This one might almost be a doomsday by Aquatoad. Sleepy does get it clear. Oh, unfortunate. They almost honestly had a really good opportunity there to, like, tie it and go to overtime, but again, it's like, yeah, Doughbois, they just, ultimately, I'm going to say this, simply put, Doughbois have been having too many mistakes, and it's costing them this series so far.
Yep, and yeah, I think that comes to the fact that Mcfleurys, again, are really good at maintaining pressure, and you can see, like, stat-wise, like, they didn't really do bad. The Doughbois, they did fine. They had an okay game, but to beat Mcfleurys, you can't just have an okay game. You need to have a great game of just keeping the pressure, pushing back against them, and getting shots on net. And especially, there's too many times where we saw they could have just simply put it in the net and they didn't quite find the net, and unfortunately it resulted in a 3-2 win for Mcfleurys, or fortunately for Mcfleurys, because remember, Mcfleurys need a sweep. If Mcfleurys take this next one, they secure the 1 seed. And if Doughbois, they can't lose this next one. They need to get back into this in order to secure a better seed.
Yeah, I mean, this, like, we've been talking about this matchup. This is the final week for everybody. So it really is do or die for Doughbois here, but also Mcfleurys. Like, a lot of this has repercussions as to what the division stats look like. Mcfleurys looking to get the complete sweep and trying to get that number 1 seed for Group B, but Doughbois, they're also fighting to try to get a better seed. So we're going to see what happens here in this third game, which could be the final one, but that one almost actually goes in. It's too wide. And I don't know if these runs, it seems like a lot of these shots have been too hard. Like, maybe they need to do their shooting patterns. Never mind. They don't need it. They just
apparently they don't.
Yeah.
I was just about to agree with you. I was like, maybe hop into shooting a little bit. But there's Rooney to find the one angle where Omega looks like he's trying to cover high and Aquatoad was covering low, but unfortunately Aquatoad wasn't covering perfectly the bottom left corner. And that is exactly where Rooney put that one. And it finds one early on, 40 seconds in. There's still plenty of match to be played, and thus far we're seeing exactly 3-2 counts for both games. We're wondering if maybe Doughbois could try to upset that map.
I agree, but Doughbois, again, had another honest attempt to try to score there, but pull out for them as this one's going to go swing into their corner. Sleepy a little awkward, so he's going to ask Scout to kind of help him out here. Jaden puts this one back across the goal line, almost a 50 into the net, but not quite. They were able to recover back on this one. They are being absolutely choked with 0 boost. However, they do somehow get it back over to Mcfleurys' side. Almost a touch over Aquatoad. Both these teams have. Oh, wait.
Is that a no?
No. Okay.
Not
thank
quite.
you.
Okay.
Yeah, we definitely.
That would have.
We definitely don't need that to be a thing.
I think Omega was trying to back pass to Aquatoad, and unfortunately there might have been a miscom, so Aquatoad was not ready for it. And Omega had to throw himself at the ball just to make sure he didn't unthrow that.
Omega. But Demo almost there on Sleepy, does avoid it, and they actually save it. Ball's gonna go flying across midfield. Really doesn't get the 50. The Scout's right behind him to put this one backboard. He's actually backboard right now.
Oh!
Does get a pass down to Scout, but he isn't able to put this one net. Wasn't the best, but this one's on goal. Rooney's last back does get it off to the side. Both teams seemingly acting a bit frantic. Just one's trying to score, the other one's really just trying to defend, and then it goes back to the other way. But Mcfleurys, they're looking to get one to equalize the 1-0, and they do! Jaden is there. We're at the halfway mark of this game 3. The game is tied.
What a pass. He had to just try to jump and put a hand up, but unfortunately it's a little bit too readable, and Omega Blaze said, alright, you know, you're covering about this portion of the net, I'll just place it anywhere else, and he does just that. We see a 1-1 tie game with half the game left. It's basically just 0-0, but now you have half the time remaining to try to get this win.
Beautiful setup right here. Rooney, does he get the double? Oh no, it's a little too wide! He had it again, but also, where's the second man? They need to follow that up. They need to trust. But nothing results that. That one gets cleared to the side. Aquatoad does a good job of pitching this one above the backboard. Does get cleared by Rooney. Bang right back on over, but Scout does that. Rooney's up. Does he get the redeck? Almost. Ball's flying right on over their goal line. This is getting intense here as we are sub 2 minutes of this game 3. I don't know. It's ball's going back and forth so fast. It feels like a pinball machine at this point.
Really a player who mentioned all too much. But honestly, that double tap, I don't blame him for not hitting that, because that is a hard angle to hit, and he's kind of low boost to begin with. So I do not blame him for not hitting that, but agreed, there needs to be followed a little bit more for Doughbois. They seem to just have great first man aggression, but then the second man just falls apart. They're just not ready for wherever the ball is given to it by their teammates.
Scout, last line of defense, does get it by Jaden. Mcfleurys really desperate to try to make it 2-1 here. I can see just in the gameplay of how both these teams are ramping it up here, but it is a 2v1. Omega Blaze does get it to the side. Can he get it over another? Ball's 50 into Doughbois' corner. Slowing down here. Just get it over Jaden. Aquatoad puts this on net. Could be clear to the side again. Omega Blaze trying to do something solo here. Might get a read up the sidewall. Does he? Kind of. It's a pass. Aquatoad is there! 38 seconds, and they score 2-1. Doughbois have just been feeling the heat from these guys the last minute, it feels.
Yep, what a shot coming out from Aquatoad. Just a great play in general. And now, with 38 seconds left to go, do we see the exact same scoreline of the past 2 games? Do Doughbois tie it up, send it OT, and then suddenly we see a 3-2 again? Or do we just see a 2-1 here just to close it out? With 30 seconds left, we're going to find out really soon. Omega Blaze, the last line of defense, a great 50 to buy time for his teammates. Aquatoad is there for the hit. He now has control. No one's challenging him, but he's low boost. What a low 50. Jaden can't quite find it. Yeah, I think that's a short card right there. I think if his card was a little taller, he said. But regardless, they have the 1 goal advantage, so they don't need it. 1 second left on the clock.
Oh no, he has 0 boost! That's so unfortunate for him. Wow, what an ending though. Like, even though it was, complete sweep there, it's just Doughboys. They really gave him a run for their money, if I'm being honest.
Yep, that is still an amazing series, and luckily for Mcfleurys, that does mean they secure the 1 seed for Division B. That is locked in for them. What a huge win for Mcfleurys.
Yes, sir. But I mean, you did say 3-1. I mean, are you surprised that Mcfleurys swept these guys? Even though they were close games, but like, tell me what you're thinking.
I'm not too surprised about the sweep. I know they needed it, and when you need something, it suddenly becomes, you just get so much more adrenaline, so much more rush to try to get that like top seed. So it's something that they were definitely pushing for, was the sweep. So I'm not too surprised. I predicted the 3-1 because I thought they'd take a little bit for them to get their momentum back off of the 2-loss streak, but they honestly did an amazing job of getting the momentum back right off the rip of the series, and it looks like we do have them in here for a match interview. Congratulations, you guys, to securing the 1 seed for Division B.
Thank you.
All right, well, be strong. I mean, I'm sure you got some questions for these guys, so I'll let you lead.
Oh yeah, I don't know, this is kind of a basic question that like I like to ask right off the rip, specifically to the captain every time. What was the game plan going into these guys? Because you knew you needed a sweep in order to secure it. So what was the pregame pep talk to give these guys?
Oh, did we have a game plan? No, literally going into the game, I know how Chris plays. Like, being his roommate, I know how he plays. He likes to boom the ball, which makes his team also like to boom the ball. So just playing back and getting ready just for the booms, and we're just playing passive, and then I mean making them flustered on defense. I know Scout is insane on defense, but I mean my biggest thing was if we could overload the net and just wait for their booms, have that deep third man. I mean that was the biggest game plan going in, and just shutting them down off that.
That is something we definitely mentioned, was the insane level of pressure you guys have had throughout the entire series, and we're definitely commenting on that's how one of your strengths. One of your weaknesses I noticed in the past couple of games, and this is why I attribute to the loss, but Jaden, you stuck with the Batmobile. I was a little bit surprised after all the hate that the Batmobile was getting.
Dude, it's not the car. I don't know what it was. Just bad
Not the car, it's the operator.
True.
Yeah, when you crash, are you blaming the car, V-Star?
Tesla.
Oh, the car's fault. It spun out. Oh, my bad.
It's a Tesla.
This goofy guy.
So what, are you gonna main the flat car?
Yeah, for now. Yeah, now I don't know. It's something.
You know the amount of times he complains about,
Yeah.
it went over my car. Well, yeah, because you're in a flat car.
It's my internet now that I'm home.
Yes, sir. I gotta ask, how does my voice sound?
Very
Sounds
sensual.
Better than normal.
It sounds so amazing. Words can't even describe that. I can say on stream.
Oh my god.
Oh.
And I guess I got a third question. I'll direct it to Mcfleurys. How's it feel to be the first seed in Div B, to claim the current best in Div B?
Oh, it feels great. This is kind of giving me deja vu from my my winners interview at LAN.
Okay.
I knew all season we had to be the 1 seed and to finally clinch it with the 3-0 sweep over Doughboys. It feels pretty awesome. Wouldn't rather do it with anybody else rather than these two.
That's kind of crazy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Aw.
Just kidding.
You're gonna get an extra special tonight.
Pause. PG.
Extra special carry tonight. That's what I was gonna say. What did you think?
But V-Storm, anything off the top of your head? I think you kind of pretty much answered or asked everything that I wanted to ask. But yeah, any last remarks?
I don't know. I was just gonna say good luck with playoffs. I mean, we'll be the Papa Pumpkins will see you there after we beat the the 9th seed. We'll Meet you there.
Hey, whoa, hold your
Oh,
horses. You
yeah.
gotta win before you face
Yeah.
us.
Yeah,
You know how to
I'm
do
just
that?
messing. Just confidence.
Yeah, I respect it. I respect it.
Oh yeah. Anyways, but
Game
regardless
recognizes
of who you end up playing, best of luck in the playoffs. Take the week off, relax a little bit. You got time to a little relax, and then absolutely go hard in playoffs. Looking forward to see you guys do amazing in playoffs. Congrats on the win again.
Oh, I'm good at hard. Thank you.
Yo,
Okay.
Thank you guys for streaming.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, peace out. All right, well, it is just us. I'm actually gonna get the music going again because I know it's probably a little boring just not hearing anything besides our voices, as elegant as we think that they might be. But yeah, I'm gonna have V-Storm joining me for this second match here tonight. Coming up pretty soon, considering that was a sweep. Probably be about a 10ish minute timer. So, you know, just stick around. We'll have an ad break, whatever. Get that little dough revenue money for you know, Dcrl, be able to do the fun things we do, whatnot. All right.
Speaking of,
Okay.
sub goal, do we have that? Do we have that up? I don't know.
That is a good question, actually.
Regardless, speaking of money up, sub, I know it won't be displayed, but
Mhm.
it is still there, even though we don't get the counter up
Yeah.
on the screen.
Well, I'll have to see if I can get that on here during the intermission, but yeah, I don't know, because this could be the first stream since that. I don't know.
True.
Yeah, so we'll work on that. But yeah, again, hang around, guys. We will be having a pretty intense match tonight. Pound Town versus Rob's Crocs. So yeah, we'll see you soon.
Oh yeah, that is an exciting match. See you guys in a little bit.